batting along. How about Bobo? I've been hard on Bobo. But he had a big 2-out hit in this game. Stephen KWAN, bang, 3-2. Manzardo, this game was moving fast. And Ciccone is clearly becoming a star among stars. We miss NAYLOR, we do. But this guy, Ciccone's fucking good. This was a good win. The Tigers and Kitty Cats are losing, and the Guardians are just taking out the garbage. Taking out the garbage. Another series win. Taking out the garbage. They've done so great. Houston started it off. White Sox, garbage out. Athletics, garbage out. Orioles, taking out the garbage. Again, we're so back. KWAN clutch and 2-out hitting. NAYLOR, 2 outs. Nobody on the 8th. Base hit, double. Splits the gap. Next hitter, KWAN, bang. Base hit wins the game. That is 2-out pressure guards ball. Guards ball is back. What's up, Jack? Great to see you. We are good. We're actually one game above 500. And the Kitty Cats have forgotten how to play baseball. Now, there's a long ways to go before we get there. But they are in the wild card hunt. And Hel Martinez is a future. I like Rocchio a lot, too. Rocchio's growing on me a lot quickly. And we root for players in Cleveland. I'm so happy for Bo Naylor. That was a big, big moment. Katie, great to see you. Feels really good. We're back. May not be able to trade for Class A. Who looks really good. Class A looks really, really good. Hunter Gaddis. Nick Enright. And again, Ciccone, we miss Josh Naylor. We really do. But this Ciccone he's a dog. He fights. He's mean. He's tough. And he really put it toward the Orioles today. Slade showed good signs even when he struggles. I agree. I like Ciccone a lot. Jersey kind of thing now. I like him. I like his mean. He's mean. Shows some emotion. Even Class A today. Little Super KWAN to the rescue. He was super in that big at bat. Garbage out. Garbage. Just taking the garbage out. Taking the garbage out, Katie. Just taking the garbage out. Slade is a stud. Ciccone's really, really good. We're about ready to win the division. We're now one game above 500. The Mariners are starting to tailspin. Boston is losing their chatter. They're freaking out. They got to play the Dodgers, the Padres. They got to play all those teams the Guardians played. The wild card's opening up. Opening up like the Red Sea. The splitting. Johnny Potter. Liam Riley. Thank you, Pirates. Oh, seriously. Seriously. LB Brown's Class A is back. I hope you and your friends had a good night out. And Class A is back. That was nasty. Do you think there'll be any trades at this point? I don't think the Guardians are going to make a trade. And for those who missed it today, DeLauder's probably out for the rest of the season, 6 to 8 weeks with wrist surgery. Probably not going to see him again this year. So they really could use one more bat. They could probably use 2 bats. It'd be great. It's not going to be Brito either. He's hurt. Bazana's just coming back. Maybe it's Kafis. Maybe they need a bat to give one more thing. They need to extend KWAN. That's obvious. Irish Law, I've not seen you in a while. 61 to go. They're just chipping away. 1% victories. 1% victories. Holy crap, we're back over 500. It's amazing. Back from the dead. Gabriel, need 2 more bats. They need a new team. There are 2 bats short. I agree with you about that. Good to see you, Gabe. Mason, Bieber coming back soon. He is. The pitching's here. Again, if I were the Guardians, and it's not easy to do this, I would think about trading maybe one of your young starters. If you can get a bat for that, just do it. Drew, I'm going to the game tomorrow. I hope we can sweep the Birds. Man, the Birds are... And I'm going to say this again. Can you imagine last year at this time if I told you the Orioles are not only worse than the Guardians, It's not even comparable. The Orioles are lost. What a sad, sad state of affairs. Superman night was excellent. It really was. It was, dare I say, Colleen super. Good to see you, Colleen. Colin, 12 straight cutters from Class A. That was nasty. Stan, we all have to sleep. By the way, I'm heading up to the Hall of Fame to go see Hammy get inducted. Going to be in Cooperstown this weekend. I have to do work in Cooperstown. Just happens to be the same weekend Hamilton's getting in the Hall of Fame. I can't wait to see him. Hoping to do an interview here with Hammy. I'm going to actually text him as soon as we're done. Personally, I say we trade Class A. His value will never be higher. That would be a wise decision, I thought, 2 weeks ago. And yes, you're right. I'm not going to complain about him. B. Cato is excited about the Dolans. Good to see you, B. Cato. Mason. One saw move the deadline. I think they need two. Let's see. Isaiah, one of the Tigers who knows baseball is Scooble. Tigers are struggling. It's amazing. Slade is last year's been lively. I think he's better than been lively. This has not been lively, Darren. This is actually a kid who's very young, who was a highly touted prospect. The Guardians need help when it comes to bats. They know they're pitching. So Coney's going to be a star. I like him a lot. And I'm going to be fair. Rocchio really struggled when he first came up here this year. He was lost. He has really come back and played well. I liked Rocchio. Always have. Angel Martinez, I liked him last year. I liked him this year. They're starting to get small victories. Book is still out for me for Schneemann. Book is out still for me on what to think of Arias. Well, by the way, haven't heard anything about Arias. What's going on with that? Haven't heard anything. Will Wilson, need to see more. Nolan Jones, I don't think so. J-Rod, no. But we're starting to get some answers. Angel Martinez looks like he's an everyday player. I like Rocchio. I do. Gabriel, we need to trade for two bats. Guardians should trade for Duran. I'm not a Duran guy. I know a lot of people are. I won't get upset, but I'm just not a Duran guy. B. Cato, we're a game and a half out of the wild card, not a game. I didn't say we were a game out of the wild card. B. Cato, do Tigers keep losing? Yes, they do. I'm officially out on moving Class A. I had some emo. That's a fair opinion. D-bag, shout out. Oh, my God. Seriously. We hate your fucking Steelers, but thank you, Pirates. Mr. Rogers, we put a quarter on your grave. Thank you. What do you think about the Browns helmet? I think the Browns helmet is actually... I'm not excited by it. I got to be honest. I'm not excited. Why? The Browns make things confusing to me. Why not go all white? Or why not do something kind of funky and new? Brown with orange stripes? Like... And then they have some weird moment out in the water and a guy falls in the lake. I did like I'm going to do a reel after this. I did like what I heard today from Myles Garrett. That was a new Myles Garrett. That was good. That was a pissed off Myles Garrett. Safe to say Chase is a bust. B. Cato, I do not agree with you about that either. D. Hartford, you got to give Chase a chance. He's just hurt. Might need a new training staff. Seems like we have had a lot of injuries. Great win. I agree with you. Justin Klink Tattoos, one of my favorites. Good to see you. Charlie, trade Class A for a bat. They need to trade him for multiple bats. Class A is one of the best closers in the game, Charlie. You got to get him multiple bats. What about trading DeLauder? You can't trade him. He's hurt. You can't trade DeLauder. Please trade Class A. I'm telling you, I would. I understand if they were to do it still. I really would. But you got to get, like, big bats. Hang to see the Superman movie. I need to check out Superman myself. I'm doing Cooperstown this week. Will interview with Hammy be available? Yes. If I get him, I'll do it live here. I'm going to actually text after we're done. I really would like to interview him. I'll be there all weekend. I'm going up there tomorrow. I'm going to be in Cooperstown tomorrow night. I have to work on a project in a film. I'm directing My Father, Dick Allen. Great story. I love Dick Allen. He's getting in as a Philly. You can read about it all. I'll send you some press clippings. But I'm going to be there also. I really want to see Hammy. I know Hammy personally. I would love to interview. Are you going to vote? No, I'm not. Not Stan. Tyler, how do you like the Browns' new uniforms? I think they're fine. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're good. I think they're fine. They're not excitable, to be honest with you. Who's a young pitcher you would want to move for a bat or two? I would think about moving. I like Ciccone a lot. I don't know if I can move Ciccone now. Can you get something for Gavin Williams? Maybe move Gavin. You got to make him push you to get a bat. Cade Smith, I wouldn't do it. Would I trade Hunter Gaddis? Probably not. Would I trade Tanner Bybee? That's tough. Maybe. I like Tanner, though. We'll see. One game at a time. One game at a time. Is Jay Honk still slumping bad? Yes, he is. Drew. Charlie, I just don't think trading Class A is giving up. I agree with you, Charlie. Could be a late bat. Could be, Drew. Happy to have Rocchio back. Feels like the last season. It is starting to get back to the season of dreams here, Katie. I'll say this. I've been saying this a lot on this channel. The schedule broke right. I saw it from a mile away. That schedule in June and into the All-Star break was brutal. It has opened up. This schedule in the second half, yes, they have the Mets and they play at Boston and they take on the Rays a lot, which are big games now. The Kitty Cats, the Royals. But these games to start off the break give this team such a run-up. I think they're going to take off for a little bit here. That's why when they lost 10 straight, it's like, Jesus, they could just stop. You know, it would be nice. Cavs fans care more about the helmet than the team. Chase going to start next year in the majors probably. We'll see. He's got to stay healthy. I mean, again, like I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer, but George Valera, Chase DeLauder's the latest. We've had some injuries of young players and hitters. Hopefully Chase can stay healthy. Maybe the Guardians can sneak. Okay. Colin, that would be great to trade Watson and trade Raymond. Exactly. Miller time. That's why you trade your win games. That's true. Again, Raymond. Again, I don't blame the Guardians if they trade Class A. Browns are so out of touch with their fan base. I thought that whole uniform helmet reveal was bizarre. That was very, very, very weird. Very weird. That whole thing out in the lake was weird. Was that supposed to be funny? I did like the Myles Garrett press conference made me feel better. Ciccone has too much team control to give up. You can't give up on him. I agree. Would you trade Bieber? Maybe. Indians 13-44, maybe. I'll tell you this. You really need Bieber, though, in the playoffs right now. So I would not trade for Bieber. But again, this team needs a bat. If you have to trade Gavin Williams, you can obviously get big things for Class A. Might do it. You need an outfielder, Charlie. You need a catcher. You need a first baseman. I don't think the Guardians have a first baseman right now. First, outfielder, catcher. No way I would trade Williams. I would trade him for a big bat. Maybe McKenzie can come back and make... Oh, McKenzie, TKA legend. He's in Arizona, Siberia. I've heard McKenzie's really struggling. I feel bad. McKenzie's a nice man. He's really, really struggling. Good to see a TKA legend. People who want to dump Class A after a bad month. I don't think it's about dumping, though, Stan. Here's what I'll say. It's not about dumping. It's about upgrading bats. That's a different story. I don't think people are dumping Class A. I think they're looking for better bats, and I kind of agree with it. I don't think it's crazy. Do you think all four quarterbacks will play in preseason? Yes. I don't think they all make the regular season, though. Yeah, I was going to say Gardens Express. McKenzie is so down. Very fitting for a dude who wipes. Yes. Stan talking about the wipe sponsor for the Browns. Very true. It was weird. Just be A normal picture and a small article. Pat McAfee and people falling into the lake. Just asking for it. Yeah, I don't understand this new slapstick bad comedy acts that are going on. And by the way, Pat McAfee had to apologize to that young lady today. This stuff goes too far. It was really weird to see that dude fall in the lake. Tellez, I'm not saying to trade Williams for sure. I'm just saying to get a bat, it might be worth it. Bieber's too important for the season. Isaiah, I do agree with you about that. Is Lane supposed to come back soon? Indians 1344. I've not heard anything about Lane. Arias to me is even weirder. Arias was supposed to be back by now. We've heard nothing. Good to see you, my friend. Better be a big bat. I agree. I didn't say give him up for nothing. Big bat. Andy, thanks for not covering the Browns as much. I am going to do a video on them tonight, though, Colin. Stan, I heard that. That's so weird. If we trade Class A, assume it has to be for Al, right? I don't know what you mean by that, Charlie. Flacco, yes, I think Flacco's going to be a quarterback in week 1 to do. By the way, new gambling video coming out tomorrow. I'll be putting that out there soon. Great job by the Guardians. They won again. Jonah, wish we kept Lindor. Long time ago that happened, but, Lindor didn't want to be here. And they actually got some good things for Jonah, but it would have been great to have Lindor here, yes. Good to see you, Jonah. Gary, they are coming back, my friend. Taking out the garbage. My least favorite people in all of Cleveland are the Haslams. I can understand that, Colin. I really can. Outside of the American League. But they did save the crew. Give the Haslams that. Outside the American League, if we trade Class A, is what I mean. I hear you. If and when Shane comes back, I want him to be able to play the whole season next year. Next season's a big different thing to Les. He's going to want to cash in. Could we get Duran and prospects for Class A? Probably. I wouldn't make that trade. See, I wouldn't make that trade for Duran. TKAE. Any chance you can get Luis to talk on your... No, I think Luis Ortiz is in a lot of trouble. I think Luis Ortiz is in hot water. Good to see you, Alex. And there we go. No, Luis Ortiz is in hot water. Hot water. That'd be great. To be honest, the Dolans are more infuriating than the Browns. I think you should be more infuriated with Major League Baseball. I'm not going to do that diatribe again tonight. There's no equal, they don't distribute money equally, Gary. Vindentendi, haven't seen in a while. Anyone banking on Flacco being 2023 Flacco is delusional? We'll have to see. Isaiah Ortiz might be trying to negotiate a lifetime ban. We'll see. Could Ortiz go to jail? He can for this, yes. Do you think Ohio State beats Texas? Does Ohio State have their quarterback? Julian Sayin sounds like he's going to be the guy. I didn't get the feeling of a very confident Ryan Day Tellez in that press conference. We will see. They do have that guy, Jeremiah Smith, though, who's very, very good. Reminds me of Rakib Ishmael, for those of you who are old enough to remember, the Rocket for Notre Dame. Reggie Bush from the Trojans. They were by far the best players in those years, and they were not a quarterback. Jeremiah Smith is the best player in college football. How do you feel about the Jimenez trade now? Well, TK legend hasn't worked out, but hopefully, it'll turn around. A-Train, if you're a Texas fan, they're really good. A lot of pressure, though, on that program to win. A lot of pressure on Arch Manning for that program to win. Texas has no excuses this year. Georgia's got some things to figure out. Bama's going through a transition, it feels like. Ole Miss lost their quarterback. I know the SEC is still tough, but that's a winnable league. I would actually argue it's LSU and Texas. And Coach Kelly can lose a big game. I'm a Penn State fan. Penn State's got Drew Aller, big year. Stole the defensive coordinator. Penn State stole the Ohio State defensive coordinator. And Gary's mocking you. Poor Penn State. They did make the Final Four, though. Do you think Bunza... And by the way, big year for Franklin, too. You better... There's every year you're going to beat Ohio State and Michigan. This is the year. Do you think Bazzano will be called up before DeLauder? No. Are you buying any of the Nick Saban reports? No. Colin, I thought that was sometimes... And Colin Cowherd's a nice man. I used to work at ESPN. I worked there for 16 years. Cowherd's a nice man, okay? When he made that comment, it's well, of course Jimmy has him like Saban and Arch Manning. I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I thought that was kind of he loves Nick Saban. He's always loved Nick Saban. He tried about Nick Saban here years ago. He loves the Mannings. He's a Tennessee guy. He loves Peyton. Could I see that happening? Well, the Haslam's would love for that to happen. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Franklin is better than Haslam's. Well, Franklin's got a weird past, too. Probably, though, yes. Gary said horrible. Thoughts on a report of ESPN buying. I think it's going to happen, Corey. I was actually at a lunch the other day. It's going to happen. And ESPN, my former employer, needed to make some sort of move to get back some punch and power. They are bringing back Rich Eisen. There's a lot of rumors about big changes over there. If they get this deal to happen, it sounds like they will, and the red zone's a key part of it, in 8 to 10 years, look for them. I bet you ESPN tries to get back the NBC package, getting back all those things they had back in the 90s. I think ESPN's making a big push to take over the NBC stuff and become the major player and the major tenant for the NFL outside of Fox and CBS. I don't know about Penn State being Ohio State. We'll see. Very even game, Tellez. Let's sweep tomorrow. I agree with you. I want Saban and Belichick. Coach here too. Let's see. But that red zone going to ESPN is a big deal for ESPN and Disney stockholders. Big deal. That actually... ESPN's stock has been down for so long. That red zone thing's a big ticket. That's a big ticket. That actually really helps that company a lot. My former employer. We have a lot of good people over there. Helps them out a lot. A lot. Stan, that'll be fun. Big game. Texas Ohio State, big game. Corso's last head game. He'll be there for College Game Day. Oh, Brian, I got him. Brother, I have him. I'm not even fucking around. I've had a weird week. I got him. I'm actually going to Cooperstown tomorrow. It's going to be slaying, Kevin. I think it's going to be slaying. They will definitely put ads on Red Zone now. Oh, yeah, they will. But the Red Zone, I bet you, will be a lot better. I thought the Red Zone under YouTube is not as zippy. Not as zippy. I do have them, Ryan. I'm so sorry. I fucked it up. I think Red Zone over ESPN will be really fun. Corso's picking the Buckeye. Oh, yeah, he will. I love Lee. Again, nice man. Lee's birthday's coming up. Colin. One bad practice, and everybody's ready to... We don't even know it's a bad practice. All right. Good night. Good job, guards. Be back here tomorrow.